Everybody, it's Constance with Charming Custom Crafts, and this is another mini series I want to start for you guys because everybody has asked me how I organize my items. Not everybody, but I've had quite a few questions on it. So I'm going to show you something to do with your stamps. These are the silicone or the rubber back stamps with the sticky pack. They're generally all very washable, but you're going to need these CD cases. If you are reorganizing your CDs into an album, these are perfect to recycle. If you know somebody, grab them from them. They have to be a particular kind, and I'll get to that. You're going to need a label maker, and in this case, I actually use the StazOn ink because this way it actually it stays on the back of it so that I could see the image on the back of the clear stamps. A block. I use mine a lot, so I wash it a lot. And you're going to need some paper and your stamps. So these are cut at to fit a little bit smaller at 4 3/4 by 4 1/4. So this is what you're going to need, and we're going to get to it here because I already have some done. I've been working on it all morning. If you guys have been keeping up with my hauls, I've been buying stuff for a while and I just haven't got to it. But I am in my new craft room and I am working on finishing this room up. So what you're going to do, it's going to be a while because I'd love to show you. You're going to go and you're going to take this particular case, and this is what I was telling you, that you're going to have to get the particular kind that you can pop out. And bear with me because it will snap. And you got to be careful when you pop them because you don't want to break your case. And this one wants to be a bear. Okay, there we go. The other side should pop. Now these back side here is going to be a little bit harder, and you got to be a little bit more gentle, okay? There we go. And you might see a little piece pop out, which is going to break the black piece, which is fine because you're going to discard that. So now you have this whole case. You're going to use this side of the case, okay? So I'm going to take my pieces of paper, and in this case I'm going to end up using a couple of cases, and I know that you guys have been curious about my little face stamps, so you're going to get to see one of my face stamps. So I'm going to prep up my ink. So there's my ink, and I'm going to use my Sizzix face stamps. They run about $20 to $30 a set. They're not cheap, but I'm going to give you some samples of what you can do with the leftover stuff. So I'm actually going to take each one of my little faces. I'm taking them off one at a time, and I'm just going to stamp. And the reason why you want to stamp these is so that you can, and you can see how I'm going to just put them over. You want to stamp them because this way you know, on a piece of paper, this way you know how they're going to stamp. Whether you stamp them down the line in a different color or not, you get a chance to know what they actually look like stamped. Now that wasn't a great stamp, but it's okay. This is just plain printer paper, because you can always go down the line and use your better paper, but for the purpose of this, I just use printer paper cut up. They were built to last. That's the reason why they are washable. Obviously, you don't microwave them. You don't put them in the dishwasher. They will melt. It is a polymer base, so at a certain temperature they will melt. And now you just keep going until you get all your faces on. And I'm going to do 2 more just to show you. You'll fill up the paper. And your paper will almost tell you exactly how many will go on. In this case, I might be able to get all of them, but I'm going to stop there for now because of the purpose of the video. Now, I'm going to close up my ink. I will get back to it when I finish this video. But you're going to slide this piece of paper in, and this is face up. Okay, so you can see the stamps. You're going to close it up. And this side's going to be face up. So where you're going to have, if you can see, it's going to be an open spot. This is going to be where you put your label. Now, I already have some already done. And this is a series. Obviously, there was too many to go in one. These are my Fiskars Good Times quotes. So if you're going to watch how I'm going to do this, on my label maker, first I'm going to erase what I had for my last one. I have to go buy more. I got so many stamps. I didn't realize how many stamps I had. Okay, you're gonna obviously type in, but what I do, since it's Fiskar, I can't obviously write out the names to everything and be able to put all the information that I want to put here. So I've just learned to just put the first initial, but like when they're named by two names, I just put the initials to each one. So I just put an F for Fiskar, and then I'm gonna put in Good Times Quotes. Where's the Q? Q-U-O-T-E-S. And then I'm just, for this purpose, because I know that it's going to be more than one, there's 3 of them, I'm going to actually hit the shift and hit 1, and I'm going to print it. I'm going to print 3 of them. My son's waking up, my apologies, and he's coming down the stairs, and the dogs like to bark at anybody in sight, especially the baby. So I'm going to cut it, and then I'm going to go back and hit delete and hit shift and then 2, and I'm going to print that one. And I'm going to cut that one, and then I'm going to go back again and delete, and then hit shift, and then 3, and print. And while that's printing, and I'll get back to it, and it doesn't matter which order when you have so many stamps, unless you want it in a particular order, or if there's stamps in a particular order. So you just take off the little pieces off the back. And what I've done is I actually use that crease to my advantage. And again, you want to keep the back side where you can stick your finger in open. And you want to kind of center it. This is where the crease will help. And I just sit and just rub it down. So there's one. And going on to the next one again. Use that crease to your advantage, ladies and gentlemen. This is a great way to organize. If you just have shelves, and I know that shelves, you know, are an easy buy for the most part. If you don't want to buy CD racks, which you could if you already have one in your home, take advantage of it, especially if you can load it to the wall. And there we go, is the second one. And I right now am currently using a CD rack, but when I get done with all of these, because I've been slowly working on these, I'm going to have to do a shelf of some sort. Kind of like what they have for ink pads. I'm looking forward to my brother coming back down, because when he comes down, because if you guys got a chance to see on my Facebook page, he made me this incredible shelf for my cartridges, and I have over 100 cartridges. And it'll hold almost 200. And there you go, there's my third one. So of course you're going to flip it around, and when you line them up, there you go. So here's your first and organizational tips for your crafting room and your stamps. But there's your first tip. Follow me on Facebook at Charming Custom Crafts. Look under people. You can either look under Charming Custom Crafts, Charming Crafts. Look for the little blue daisy icon with the words tips and tricks. I'll see you there, and if you come over now, you'll get entered into the race to 500. Bye guys.